Some of the most powerful characters in fantasy history still lost everything. We're talking about beings with godlike power, armies at their command, magic beyond comprehension, characters who should have been unstoppable, and yet they still fell, starting with Sauron, a Dark Lord so powerful his very presence corrupted the world around him. He forged the One Ring, a weapon capable of dominating all life. His armies were endless, his power unmatched, and still he lost, not to strength, not to a greater power, but to something he could never understand. Hope. Sauron believed power was everything. He couldn't comprehend that someone would choose to destroy the ring instead of use it, and that blind spot cost him everything. Then there's Voldemort, the most feared dark wizard of his time, master of forbidden magic, a man who split his own soul to achieve immortality. On paper, he should have been impossible to kill, but Voldemort made one fatal mistake. He feared death, and that fear drove every decision he made. It made him reckless, it made him blind, and in the end, it led him straight to his downfall. Next, Thanos, a being strong enough to defeat entire armies alone. Wielding the power of the Infinity Stones, he literally erased half of all life. He won, and still, he lost. Because even after achieving his goal, it wasn't enough. His victory was empty, and when his enemies rose again, he underestimated what they were willing to sacrifice. Power gave him everything, but it couldn't protect him from consequences. Then there's Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One, a warrior with unmatched potential, destined to bring balance to the Force, and yet, he became the very thing he was meant to destroy. Anakin didn't lose because he was weak, he lost because he couldn't let go. Fear of loss turned into obsession. Obsession turned into darkness, and in trying to control fate, he destroyed his own future. And finally, the Night King, a silent, unstoppable force of death, an army that could not be defeated because every loss only made him stronger. He didn't speak, he didn't hesitate, he didn't feel. And that was his weakness, because while he was building an army of the dead, his enemies were fighting for something far stronger, each other, and in a single moment, it was over. So what do all of these characters have in common? They had power, more power than anyone else, and still, it wasn't enough, because power alone doesn't win. It never has. The strongest characters in fantasy don't fall because they're weak. They fall because they misunderstand the one thing that truly matters: people, hope, love, sacrifice, the things power can never control. And that's why no matter how strong they become, they always lose. But what do you think? Who is the most powerful character that should have never lost? Let me know in the comments.